Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm Sophia, and after spending 15 years as a flight attendant flying all over the world, I've seen a thing or two about air travel. Today we're talking about the holy grail of travel comfort, your airplane seat. You know that moment, you've booked your flight, the price was great, and now it's time to pick your seat. It feels like a high-stakes guessing game, right? You click that little airplane map, look at the sea of colored squares, and think, is the front better than the back? Is the window worth the hassle? Should I splurge for the exit row, or is that a major trap? Most people think picking a seat is just about window versus aisle. That's amateur hour. It's not just about where you put your behind, it's about the experience you're signing up for. Are you looking for peace and quiet? Are you desperately trying to avoid turbulence? Do you have a tight connection and need to be the first one off the plane like you're escaping a bank robbery? Or do you just want to sleep for 9 hours straight and not have a drink cart ram your elbow? The truth is, even the most coveted seats have secret drawbacks that the airlines won't tell you about, and the worst seats? They're often not where you think they are. After watching this video, you won't just know how to pick a good seat. You'll know how to pick the best seat for you on any plane. And you'll learn the costly hidden traps that turn a dream flight into a nightmare. If you're ready to travel smarter and stop leaving your comfort up to chance, make sure you hit that subscribe button. This is a brand new channel, and I'm making my next videos based on the questions you leave for me in the comments, so let me know what you want to learn about next. Let's dive in and break down the anatomy of the perfect plane seat. The Great Divide. Front, middle, or back. This is the first major decision, and it dictates about 80% of your flight experience. 1. The front section. Speed and quiet, but not always recline. The general rule is, the front is your friend. Why? 2 main reasons. First, deplaning speed. If you have a connection under 90 minutes, or you just have zero patience for the cattle call that happens when the seatbelt sign comes off, you need to be up front. I've seen passengers in the back of the plane wait 20 minutes just to get out the door. 20 minutes! That's time you could spend grabbing a coffee or, making your next flight. Second, the noise level. The front is generally quieter because you're further away from the engines, which are typically under the wing, and you're far away from the galley and the lavatories in the back. That brings me to the first hidden trap, the row immediately behind the bulkhead. The bulkhead is the wall that separates a cabin class, say, first class from economy. The first row of economy, right behind that wall, is highly sought after because it offers seemingly unlimited legroom. But here's the catch. Your tray table and your entertainment screen are in the armrest. This means 2 things. The seat is usually a tiny bit narrower because of the tray table mechanism, and the armrests are fixed. They do not move. If you were hoping to lift the armrest and stretch out over 2 empty seats, nope, you're locked in. My anecdote. One time, I had a very large professional basketball player in a bulkhead seat. He was literally scrunched up because he couldn't lift the armrests. He had the legroom of a king, but the shoulder room of a child. He looked miserable. Don't fall for the legroom illusion if width matters more to you. 2. The midsection, the stability zone. The middle section of the plane, specifically the seats directly over the wings, is the secret weapon for anyone who experiences motion sickness or is a nervous flyer. Think of the plane like a seesaw. The wings are the pivot point. When turbulence hits, the tail and the nose swing the most. The middle, over the wing, moves the least. It's the smoothest ride on the entire aircraft. The downside? Your view is 100% wing. If you're flying over the Grand Canyon or the Alps, you will miss the money shot. But if you're on a choppy red-eye, this is where you go to sleep. 3. The back section. Last to leave, first to get served. Sometimes. Most people avoid the back. It's loud, it's often right next to a cluster of lavatories and the main galley, and you are always the last one off. The turbulence also tends to feel more pronounced back there. However, the back has 2 huge underrated perks. First, empty seats. People book from the front to the back. If you are on a flight that isn't completely full, your best bet for scoring an empty middle seat next to you is in the last 2 to 3 rows. If you see a cluster of empty seats at the back, grab an aisle or a window there and keep an eye on the seat map. If you see that middle seat is still empty after the door closes, enjoy your Economy Plus upgrade. Second, limited recline in the very last row. This is a hidden plus. The absolute last row of the plane often has limited or no recline because of the rear wall. If you are sitting in the second to last row, you have an advantage. You can recline all the way back and the person behind you cannot retaliate. It's guilt-free leaning. This is pure low-stakes travel villainy, and I respect it. The aisle, window, and middle trap. This one is purely personal, but I have a professional perspective that might surprise you. The window seat, the great committer. Pros. You control the window shade, you have a wall to lean against for sleeping, the best, most underrated pillow on the plane, and no one bothers you. Cons. You are a prisoner to your seatmates' bladder schedules. If you are a prolific sleeper or drinker, the window seat is a huge, constant inconvenience for two other people. Also, you have to climb over them to stretch your legs. My anecdote: I was working a red-eye flight from LA to London, and a man in the window seat must have been nervous because he asked his aisle mate to get up every hour to let him go to the restroom. By the fourth time, the aisle mate just sighed and refused to get up. The window guy was trapped for the rest of the flight. Don't be that person, know yourself. The aisle seat, the elbow danger zone. Pros: total freedom. Get up whenever you want. You can also subtly stretch one leg out into the aisle a little. Just be quick about pulling it in when you see movement. You are also first in line for beverage service. Cons: you are in the action alley. Every person who walks down the aisle will brush past you, and every service cart will bump your arm or shoulder at least once. Trust me, I know. I've probably done the bumping. If you're a light sleeper or if you plan to work on a laptop, the constant foot traffic and accidental bumps are maddening. The middle seat, don't panic, but use this strategy. The middle seat is the absolute worst, and there's no way around it. But if you end up there, you automatically earn the middle seat armrest rule. This is an unwritten rule, but it is sacred. The person in the middle seat gets both armrests. They have given up the view and the freedom, and the armrests are their consolation prize. Don't fight this rule, it's the law of the air. The most overrated seat, the exit row trap. The exit row, the holy grail of economy, extra legroom. It's so tempting and people pay a premium for it. But before you do, you need to know the 3 giant pitfalls. Trap 1, the non-recline. On many aircraft, the exit row immediately in front of the exit door is a non-reclining seat. The airline disables the recline mechanism to ensure that, in an emergency, the exit is never blocked. You pay extra for legroom, but you are bolt upright for the entire flight. If you're on a 6-hour flight, that's a painful trade-off. Always check a seat map website like Seat Guru before you book a specific exit row. Trap 2, no under-seat storage. For safety reasons, the area under the seats in the exit row must be completely clear during taxi, takeoff, and landing. That means your backpack, your laptop bag, your magazine, everything has to go into the overhead bin until the plane reaches cruising altitude. If you like having your essentials right at your feet, the exit row is a huge inconvenience. Trap 3, the cold and the draft. Those emergency exit doors, they are essentially giant metal boxes with a seal. They are significantly colder and draftier than the standard cabin wall. If you are a person who gets cold easily, that extra legroom might turn into 9 hours of shivering, especially on an overnight flight. My advice: if you want legroom, target the second exit row, if the plane has one. It usually has the extra legroom and the ability to recline. That's the real premium seat. The seats I, as a flight attendant, always avoid. These are the seats that will always guarantee a miserable flight, and they all cluster around 2 areas. 1, the galley adjacent seats. The galley is the kitchen and the main staging area for the flight crew. This means noise, light, and smell. We are talking clanking service carts, loud conversations as we coordinate service, the noise of the coffee maker, and the dinging of the call buttons and the intercom. On a long-haul flight, the crew uses the galley to prep snacks, chat, and stretch their legs. If your seat is within 2 rows of the galley, your overnight rest is basically non-existent. 2. The lavatory adjacent seats. You know these seats. They seem fine on paper, but they are a disaster in reality. The queue. You will have a constant rotating crowd of people standing right next to your seat, staring over your shoulder as you watch a movie, waiting for the restroom. You will get bumped constantly. The smell. It is a plane. The plumbing is good, but it is not perfect. Especially on long flights, you will occasionally get a waft. The noise. The noise of the industrial vacuum flush is unbelievably loud when you are sitting right next to it, and it will happen a lot. 3. The seats directly in front of a bulkhead or exit row. As I mentioned, the row directly in front of an exit row often has no recline. Likewise, seats right in front of a lavatory or galley wall often have a limited recline. Before you celebrate a good seat location, make sure the row behind you isn't the reason you're stuck sitting at a 90-degree angle for the whole trip. Your step-by-step seat selection strategy. Okay, so you have the intel. Now how do you put it into action? Step 1, check the plane. Type, before you even open the seat map, look at your booking. It will tell you the aircraft model. Boeing 737, Airbus A320, Boeing 787 Dreamliner. Every plane is different. A good seat on one is a terrible seat on another. Step 2, use an external map. This is crucial. Do not trust the airline's seat map alone. They only show you what's available. You need to use a website like Seat Guru. Type in your airline, date, and flight number, and it will pull up the actual map of your plane. It uses color coding. Green means great, yellow means caution, and red means avoid. This is how you find the seats with missing windows, limited recline, or the dreaded proximity to the lavatory. Do this every time. If you're already traveling and find this information useful, please hit that like button. It lets me know you appreciate the professional insider tips. Step 3, define your priority. Are you a sleeper? Go for a window seat over the wing for minimal turbulence. Are you an escapist, swalker? Go for an aisle seat in the mid to front section. Are you a first off the plane person? Go for an aisle seat in the very front row, the bulkhead. Step 4, the last minute switch. Don't panic if the flight looks full when you book. Most airlines reserve some of the better seats, like those front rows or the true second exit rows, for their frequent flyer elite members. However, these seats are often released to the general public within 24 to 48 hours of the flight departure, and sometimes even at the gate. Check your seat map again right when online check-in opens, and again the morning of your flight. I have seen perfect seats open up hours before departure because a high-status traveler got upgraded or canceled. And here's a true insider tip. If you are sitting in a bad seat and you notice an empty aisle or window seat 2 or 3 rows away after the cabin door has been closed, ask a flight attendant if you can move. Don't do this during boarding. Wait until the flight is in the air and the seatbelt sign is off. If the weight and balance allows, we are usually happy to accommodate a passenger who wants to make their flight a little more comfortable. It doesn't hurt to ask nicely. Picking your plane seat isn't luck, it's strategy. By avoiding the common traps and knowing your plane's layout, you can fundamentally change your travel experience from cramped and annoying to comfortable and restful. Thank you so much for watching. I love bringing you these insider secrets. If you want more videos like this, let me know in the comments below. What is your biggest struggle when you fly? What do you want me to write about next? I read every comment and I build my next script based on what you want to hear. Safe travels, and I'll see you next time.